Today it's a gorgeous day, and stopped at a couple places, but this is the first one I got. Talked to the owners, and this was built in the later 1800s. And I was down there a little bit, and it seems to be a lot of fill, and the guy told me that he did move some dirt around there, so I'm gonna stay away from that area. But I just came into the front yard, making my first pass up along these trees. First coin signal that I got will be an Indian penny, and not sure on the date. Seems to be in good shape. Let me see if I could get a date off of it at least, but that's a good sign. Looks like I can't. Hold on, I'm gonna clean it up and see if we can get a date off of it. Okay, cleaned it up a little bit. I think it's an 1885, but not sure. I will clean this up better. But a little bit worn, not too bad a shape, but like I said, it's a good start. But all right, hopefully there's more. We'll see you on the next. All right, guys, out on a new hunt today. You saw from that last clip, that day didn't go so well. Did a lot of driving around and only got on that one place that I got that Indian head, but this is a little bit different. I'm in the woods, and I'm doing what appears to be an old home site. There's a little small stone stacked wall right here. Down here I was getting some debris and bricks, and I know there was something in here. But as I came up here, first thing I noticed was there's an older bottle right there, and I'm gonna take it, but it's a slick, but it's kind of older. And now, as I was kind of swinging through here, just got an old mason jar, lid and everything attached. It's an old ball perfect mason. There's a way to tell how old they are by the script here on the bottle. So I'm going to take that and do some more looking around here. Don't know how many bottles might be laying around up here, but it's kind of interesting. So hopefully there'll be some good signals up in here. There's a lot of trash, but we're gonna keep at it for a little bit, see what we get. So all right, hopefully there's more. Well, I moved over. There was another place right next door in the woods here, and there was definitely a house here too. Followed some old stairs, but first target of any relevance, got an old door lock plate there. Got a skeleton keyhole. It'd be nice if the key was there, but so something old. But there's a lot of trash in here. This is probably one of them deals where you'd have to come in and do a lot of clearing before you start getting onto some decent signals. I'm not sure, but at least it's something old. I know there was an old house here by the old maps. And I don't know, I'm gonna do it a little bit more, give this a little bit more in here, and then I'm gonna move on to something else. But all right, hopefully there's more. Well, I headed down towards where the front of the house might be, or was, and I did get this. It looks like it might be a Bridal Rosette. It's heavy. It's probably lead filled. I mean, I'm not sure. If you guys have an idea, let me know. I'll show it to you on the wrap up, clean it up a bit, but it's got some weight to it. So could be an old Bridal Rosette, not sure. Like I said, I'm not even sure how old the house was that was here, but I know there was one here. So all right, let's see what else we find. All right, actually I've been at this all day. Those last couple of clips that you saw were a couple hours ago. I have been door knocking and not having much luck. So I decided to do what I do best and return to properties that I've already done. I figure I got the new machine, might as well try it. And I've been out at this property, talked to the lady, was doing some spots that I haven't done. And I came back over to an area that was actually gone over by me probably twice before. And I just teased the silver dime. It's going to be an old Merc, very worn, so I'm not even going to bother with the water here. Just going to pop it, see if we can get a date. Let's see there. Wow. No kidding. It was only ringing up low. Look at 1916. Uh-oh. That's a first year. And does it have the D mint mark? Good Lord, so hard to tell. This thing is wiped. But I'll clean it up. I'll show you in a wrap-up, but saved my hunt with a piece of silver at least. So, hey, I'll take a Merc. A worn one at that. But all right, I only have about a half an hour maybe of light. So when I say I've been at this all day, I've been out since about 12 noon. It's a little after 7 now. I have knocked on about 18 doors. I've given my name and number to a few people. They asked me if they can check with somebody and call me back. I got a couple of no's and a lot no home. They weren't there. So it's not been an easy day, but hey, if we can salvage a silver out of it, I'll take it. But all right, hopefully see you on the next or on the wrap-up. Okay, guys, another couple of passes after that really worn dime. I thought I was digging a large cent. This, I know what this is. This is a token from the World Fair for Ford. I believe it's going to be like 1933 or 1930. It's in the 30s. And maybe I can get this part right here is where the date is. It's the V8 Ford token, 30 years of progress. I actually found one of these not too far away from this place. So that's why I know what it is. But again, this yard was hunted by me and others. And, you know, we missed that. So remember, no place is ever hunted out. I say that in most of my videos. You'll never find everything, and neither will somebody else. Don't get discouraged if you go to a place and they tell you, go ahead and hunt it, but it's already been hunted before. Go for it, because you never know what they may have missed. You never know what you may have missed. So that's a perfect example. But all right, going to be getting dark here any minute, so I'm going to continue, see if I missed anything else. See you on the next of the wrap. Okay, guys, this is going to be the wrap up on those couple of clips you just saw. Those clips you just saw were from a couple of days ago, and let me tell you, I had a very hard time finding places to go. It was during the week, and I must have knocked on 15, 18 doors. A lot of people that weren't home during the day, because, you know, it's during the day, people are at work or whatever. I got a couple of no's and a couple of, can you come back or can I take your number? And they were interested but needed to talk to the husband or the wife or something like that. So it was a long day, but I did get on a few places. And, you know, I was thinking before I did my research on some of this stuff that I found, that the day was kind of shot. I mean, I didn't really find a whole heck of a lot, but I actually did come across a few interesting things, which I'm going to show you. And I got some cool background on the stuff that I found. I was doing a lot of research tonight and found out some interesting stuff. So anyway, let me get right to it. The first, that first place from the first couple of, the first clips there, didn't run into much. I ended up with this old, looks like it's an old plated spoon. Nope, I think that's backwards. See if there was a name on that. I actually didn't look at that. There you go. These are fairly common. Fairfield, yeah. Looks like it was a silver wash or a silver plated spoon. I got a few iron objects here. These are probably horse tack, you know, old iron buckle, old iron spoon. Some pieces of a pocket watch. I don't even think I filmed these. And some miscellaneous brass bits here. I thought that was part of a two-piece button, but it doesn't appear to be unless it was just a plain button. There was an old piece of a crock or something when I was digging the hole. And as far as the coins, I got one clad dime. I did get an Indian and a Wheatie. The Indian is 1885. You know, it's in average shape. I can probably clean that up a little bit better if I soak it in olive oil and lightly toothpick some of that grime away, which I may do just to put into a coin flip. And the wheat penny actually turned out to be a nice first year date, if you can see that. It's another 1909. I've dug a few of these already since I started detecting. but that's a first date, 1909. It's not the VDB or anything like that. Doesn't have a mint mark, so it's a Philadelphia 1909 plain. So that was the first place. The second place you saw was a place in the woods that I was meaning to check out for a while, and I finally got up there. And there wasn't too much there, although there's a lot of trash around. I did find some old things, and I'll show you those. But first thing I dug that I put on film there was this old lock plate. And you can see it's got the skeleton keyhole there, which is pretty cool. I believe this is off of an old flashlight. You know, the bulb would have sat inside of here. At first I thought it was some kind of funnel, but then when I saw the screw marks on it here, I'm pretty sure this screwed into an old flashlight. Then I got that other thing that I put on, I made a clip on there, and I'm pretty sure, like I said, this is a bridal rosette. And like I said in the clip, if anybody knows, leave a comment, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Fairly heavy. I'm pretty sure this is lead filled. But I did end up with two old bottles there. You saw that clip. The first bottle that I got is actually, it's an old soda bottle. It probably is pre-1930s. I think it's going to be like in the 1920s. It's an old, I'm not sure how to say the name, but if you can see there, it's CLICQUOT. Cliquot. Sounds French, but actually this bottling company was in Mills, Massachusetts. So it's Cliquot, I think that's how you pronounce it, Club. And it's this trademark on the top and the bottom here, but too bad it's got a crack in it. But I mean, the bottle is whole, and it's probably, like I said, from the 1920s or 30s. The rest of it is slick. I thought it was all slick when I spotted it, but there's probably maybe a paper label on it. There was a lot of this company was famous for its root beer, but it also had other sodas. So pretty interesting bottle. And I did get this mason jar. And like I said, if you look on the internet, I'm going to try to put my hand under there. The way that the ball is spelled, that B-A-L-L, the way that the script is designed there will give you an idea, will tell you the age of the bottle. And it just so happens that this particular script type is 1923 to 1933 is when this was manufactured, somewhere in those 10 years. So, you know, it's an older bottle. So that was pretty cool. It had the lid on it still, and I had to do a little bit of work to get the lid off, but it also had the little milk glass thing that sits on top of the bottle, keeps the contents away from the zinc lid. Had to do a little work to get the zinc lid off, but it was pretty cool. Now, the last place that I went right before dark was a place that I have already done several times. And this is actually, I think, where my coolest find came from. As you saw, I did find one silver coin, but I didn't find a lot. There's some miscellaneous junk in here. Of course, the dreaded rose tag. The interesting thing about this is that this is a place that I've done at least twice on my own. And I know it was done by some other people too as well. But the interesting finds that I got out of there, of course, one, just a copper penny there. But as you saw in that clip, those two clips, I ended up with 2 coins on the clips and another one. This here is a 1919 wheat penny. I've got the very worn silver Mercury dime. It's a 1916. I do not see a mint mark on it. Then again, the mint mark is right in there, and it could be rubbed off, but no way to tell. I don't think it had a mint mark. But then there was this World Fair token. Like I said, I knew what these were. These were made for the 30 Years of Progress theme that the World Fair had in 1933 and 34 in Chicago. They were made for Ford. And it just says 30 Years of Progress with the V8 on the front and the old Ford, supposed to be the Ford radiator there. Or I'm sorry, right here. And on that side it says Ford, 1903 to 1933. So these are actually pretty neat. This is the second one that I found. I found another one at a house a year or two ago, right up the road. As it was getting dark, I dug this signal, which turned out to be a pewter spoon, and it was down there a bit. I didn't record it because, like I said, it was already getting dark, and you know, it's just another pewter spoon bowl, but it gives you an idea of the age of that place and the fact that my detector, my simplex, picked up on it because, like I said, this was an area that it's already been done. I think the coolest find was this little bottle right here, and I didn't put it on, I didn't video it because I thought it was just a little, you know, a little slick bottle, but it turns out that there says on the top, under the lid, Dr. Kilmer's U&O anointment. And the bottom there script says Binghamton, New York. Now, I researched this, and I found out that this was one of those quack medicine, you know, they had all kinds of quack cures back then in the late 1800s and early 1900s. You know, Dr. So-and-so's miracle cure cures everything from, you know, bad breath to foot odor to everything else. Well, this was actually marketed towards females. The U&O anointment, the U&O stands for uterine and ovarian, ovarian anointment. Don't ask me. You can use your, you can use your imagination how this would have been applied. I don't know, but it was marketed for females. It still has the lid on it, the old zinc lid, and it actually still has whatever was in it. That still has it. I believe the bottle is clear and the brown is from whatever substance is in there. I don't want to venture a guess, but I'm probably going to get this lid off and clean this out because it's kind of gross actually. But I just thought that was pretty neat to find an old quack medicine bottle like that. And again, picked up on the zinc lid there, and it wasn't a great tone, but it was a solid, repeatable. It was giving me a steady tone on the simplex, so I dug it. I've been doing a lot of that lately. Just kind of digging signals that I normally didn't used to dig. I'm just trying to figure out the machine. So the only way to do that is when you get a decent signal, or any signal really that's repeatable, is just dig it up. Dug a lot of trash in these places, but I'm learning the machine. So some things that I thought were obviously trash, they were. And some things that I thought that I probably wouldn't dig this when I had my old machine, I dug it anyway. And I mean, that's how I ended up finding the spoon and this bottle. So you never know. Even the Mercury dime did not sound like a silver coin, or at least the VDI numbers didn't look like a silver coin. It was actually down in the 70s, and that might be because it's worn. It might have been the way that it was sitting, because this was missed by myself and other people, and the simplex did pick it up and gave me a steady enough tone to go ahead and dig it. So that's awesome. But all right, well, that's it for the wrap up. That's what I did in the past week or so. I do have a permission on another place. I'm going to go this week. Talk to the guy, not a problem. So I'll be checking that place out. I think it was an old, it was a dairy farm from the 1920s, I believe. But on the old maps, they're showing buildings that were there. So it's probably an older property. So we'll see how that turns out. But that'll be in my next video. All right, guys, as always, thanks for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button if you liked what you saw. I do a lot of videos and get, so many views, but just a couple of thumbs up. It'd be pretty cool to see that support. So take a minute, hit that thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. And until the next time, stay safe, good luck, and we'll see you on the next.